Check it out.
What were they after?
Well, first of all, he told me over and over and over. When he first told me, LaToya, they're going to kill me. I said, who, Michael? First, I thought you're Michael Jackson. Nobody in their right mind would ever think of doing anything like this to you. That's what you think. He says, no, but you don't understand. And then I saw how serious he was. He said, it's bigger than what you think. I said, well, Michael, what is it? He said, it's my publishing. They're after my publishing. They want.
We've heard this from Michael Jackson before. I have an audio of Mike speaking. Allegedly, they say it's Michael Jackson, and it sounds like Mike. But this is kind of confirming that audio I'm about to play for you guys.
I want to take it. As you guys know, my brother had one of the largest catalogs in the world, meaning music-wise.
The Beatles collection was one of them.
He owned the Beatles, yes. Yeah. There's an elevator music that you hear, just everything, basically a piece.
And you know who it was. Can you say who it was?
No, I cannot say, because there are other people in the house as well. Because I prefer not to at the moment, but I will say this. I would love to have a one-on-one with several people. One person I would love to have. Safe? I would love to have a one-on-one with probably.
I mean, I don't know.
See that?
You could instinct.
You see that? Whoopi said, don't do it. Don't say it. And so when LaToya is saying this, it's kind of confirmation of what we already believed, which is like, hey, Mike knew that his death was coming, and he knew that they didn't like that. And I think that that's extremely interesting, because when the Epstein files dropped, this audio of Michael Jackson on the phone, which they say is one of his last phone calls, it resurfaced. And he was saying the same thing in this audio that LaToya is saying that he said to her personally. So check out this. It's hard to hear, but it got captions on it. But it's a rough audio, so give grace. But man, check this out, guys, and listen to what Mike had to say from his own words. If you can hear this.
I was reorganizing. I don't know if I should tell you this, but I don't know who may be listening. There may be a group of people. They want to get rid of me. They don't want me here anymore.
Said there's a new group of people? Is that what he said? A new group of people? As if there was a group before? Let me rewind that real quick. Said there's a new group of people that want to get rid of me.
There may be a group of people.
Oh, maybe a group of people. Okay.
They want to get rid of me. They don't want me here anymore.
I don't understand. What do you mean? Talk to me.
I can't talk about it over the phone. I don't know what's going to happen, but I just feel in my soul, only God knows, they could shoot me. They could stab me. They could frame me and say I overdosed with drugs. They can do a lot of things.
Who could do these?
Mike said there's a group of people that they're trying to get rid of me. They don't want me here anymore. They could shoot me. They could stab me. They could say I overdosed on drugs. They could frame me. He was worried about all these things. And from the outside looking in, it looks like they tried to frame him with the allegations of the children. And it looks like what he said that they would do, which is the overdose on drugs, which ended up being how they told us he died. That now it looks like Mike knew. So this audio, compounded with what LaToya is saying, it's not like he was just telling one person. It seems like Mike was telling everybody close to him this same narrative. It's not the government. It's more than the government.
But I don't know what to do. I don't care. I can't do anything. I don't even care my life anymore. I just want my children to be okay. My only choice.
said, I don't even care about my life anymore. I just want my children to be okay. That's interesting, man. Like, when you hear that clip, how could you not at least have a little, just have something in you that wants more information, right? It's interesting to me because let me pull this up. When the Epstein files dropped, a lot of this stuff came out. And one thing that Epstein was on video talking about in the Epstein files was something called the Trilateral Commission, which is what we perceive the Illuminati to be, right? And Epstein was saying how they formed this powerful group of businessmen and politicians and world leaders in order to keep the world in check, pretty much. And people call it the Illuminati, but it's actually, they call it the Trilateral Commission. Check this out.
He formed something called the Trilateral Commission. The Trilateral Commission is some spooky stuff. People said it was some of the people that, the Illuminati, there's some mystery about it, people that ran the world. It was politicians, but David said most countries, the politicians get elected for 4 years or 8 years, separate from the royal families in England or in the Middle East. Someone's there for 4 years and then they're not there anymore. Mm-hmm. The most important people to have stability and consistency would be businessmen. So he formed this Trilateral Commission of businessmen and politicians from 3 major continents. So it was the North Americans, the Europeans, and the Asians.
Real quick, as he's saying this, what comes to my mind is stability and consistency of what? Right? Because that would be the question. Well, the most important thing to have stability and consistency, because the politicians get voted in and out after so many years, is businessmen. Like that, those are the most important people for stability and consistency, he says. Well, what are you trying to keep stable and consistent? So when I hear the audio of Michael Jackson saying it's not the government, it's bigger than the government, this is the first thing that comes to mind for me. Because if it's bigger than the government, then what could it possibly be? And you can't tell me that they looked at businessmen and they looked at politicians, but they didn't look at entertainers. Who has more influence, Michael Jackson or Bill Clinton? Like, who has more influence? Jay-Z or, you know, like your local governor? You feel what I'm saying? So when I heard this, instantly I'm like, okay, if it's bigger than the government, it got to be something like this that Mike is talking about. Right?
So he said to me, would you like to be on the Trilateral Commission? Now, I was 30 years old, 32 years old. I said, great. And he said, well, you have to fill out this application so they have your bio. And I looked at the list of people, and it was Bill Clinton, former president of the United States, Paul Volcker, every great leader in America, the Asians, the Japanese, and with a very long description of their history. And they asked me to fill in what I would like to have written. And I wrote Jeffrey Epstein, comma, just a good kid, which I thought was funny. Nobody else did. So answer your question.
So when you hear Epstein talk about this, to me, I'm like, okay, that's bigger than the government, right? Now, it's no secret that Michael Jackson was at war with Sony Records. Now, the interesting part of that is, if you guys remember, Mike used to go back and forth with a dude called Tom. His name is Tommy Mottola. Tommy Mottola is one of Epstein's best friends. Even in the Epstein files, he was mentioned like Tommy Mottola. He was mentioned like 650 to 750 times. They said that there was an investigation, and the files were released that suggested they were close enough to exchange personal gifts during their decade-long association. Now, why is that relevant to the Michael Jackson situation? Because when you see this picture, of Michael Jackson holding up a sign that says the good, the bad, and the ugly. That picture right there, that's Tommy Mottola. Right there. And there's another photo of Mike where he has a sign that says Sony sucks. You see that there? Sony sucks. And you see there's an X over the mouth of George Michael, Mariah Carey, and Michael Jackson. And so what he's insinuating with the sign is, and it says who's next on top of Michael Jackson's picture, right? He insinuating with the sign that Sony is silencing them. Who was running Sony at the time when Mike was saying this? Tommy Mottola was. In fact, the interesting thing, look at the outfit. If you look closely at this photo, look at the outfit that Mike is wearing in this photo. Correct? Then look at the outfit that he's wearing in the picture that they have with him and Epstein. It's either the same outfit or a very similar outfit. So is there a possibility, because of Tommy Mottola being so close with Jeffrey Epstein being in this trilateral commission, which is what we perceive the Illuminati to be, is there a possibility that Epstein tried to negotiate on behalf of Mottola to get Mike to stop dissing Sony publicly? Because Mike is powerful like that. Mike is powerful like still in death, he's just as powerful, if not more, than he was in life. So he had many campaigns where he was saying Sony kills music and all these different things, right? And he was dissing Tommy Mottola specifically. He even went so far to say Tommy Mottola is a devil and exposed him publicly. And Mottola, ironically, Tommy Mottola is the executive that discovered Beyonce. He also was business partners with Jay-Z and Will Smith. And Tommy Mottola is somebody that Mariah Carey has said is evil as well. But this is the video of Michael Jackson. And Tommy Mottola was CEO of Sony at the time, and I think he still has relationships with Sony to this day. But this is what Mike said about Mottola back then.
And Tommy Mottola is a devil. Respect! I'm not supposed to say what I'm going to say right now, but I have to let you in on a secret.
Say it.
Please don't videotape what I'm going to say, okay? Turn that off, please. No, what? I don't mind. Tape it.
Oh! Michael is getting gangster today! Yeah.
Mariah Carey, after divorcing Tommy, came to me crying. She was crying so badly I had to hold her. And she said to me that this is an evil man. And Michael, this man follows me, she said. He taps her phones. And he's very, very evil, but she doesn't trust him. And he is a horrible human being. And we have to continue our drive until he's terminated.
Oh! There you go!
We can't allow him to do this to great artistry. We just can't. I just want you to know I appreciate everything you've done. You've been amazing. You're so loyal, Diana. Everybody, Waldo, all the people here. I love you all. You've been amazing.
Thank you!
I love you. But still, I promise you, the best is yet to come.
Yeah!
So think about that.
Everybody back! All right. Everybody calm down!
Whoa!
That's the king of pop!
Everybody, the king of pop!
Michael Jackson has spoken to all of you today!
So Mike said it. We have to continue our drive until he's terminated. You don't think Tommy Mottola watched that, heard about that, and took it personally?